Hi, I'm Shaniece Hairston.
Hi, I'm Evelyn Lozada. You're logged on to MadameNoire. Tune in to Livin Lozada Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, first of all, you'll see me being a mom all over again after 21 years after having Shaniece and what that looks like. He's a little crazy. He's a crazy toddler, so you'll see that. Also, last episode, I had another miscarriage, so you'll see my struggles with fertility, which is a little hard for me to kind of wrap my head around, being that I just had Leo. So you'll see that, and then just family life, and you'll get to see my fiance, which people are curious about because I keep it real, quiet.
For me, it's more so like my struggles with trying to find work. I did get signed to 2 modeling agencies, but supposedly it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be. So we followed that on the show. We have a couple of therapy sessions. We have a couple of psychics.
Which was really interesting and shocking, the stuff that came out. And I'm like, look, I know there are skeptics out there, but a lot of the things and a lot of the things that we talked about that came up in that reading, it's not anything that I tweeted about or that it's public information. So, and at the time, now everybody knows that I had a second miscarriage, but during that time, all of this came up. So it was definitely interesting, but we got closure. So you'll see how we connected to loved ones and my brother-in-law and all that good stuff. I knew that I was gonna miscarry before I got to that dinner prior to going to Houston. So I got the phone call probably 2 days before we left. I just didn't think it was going to happen on Thanksgiving. Literally, as I'm walking in the door holding my son and we're walking into Carl's family's house was when I felt it. And but I could have played it off, but I just chose to. I don't know, I feel like fertility is something a lot of women don't speak about, and that's why I'm so open and wanting to talk about it, because I feel like as a woman you feel responsible and you take blame, and I don't want women to take blame, so that's why I'm so open and wanting to talk about it.
She told me prior to Thanksgiving that she was going to miscarry at some point. I just think the fact that it was on Thanksgiving was kind of like...
She got to the house the day before we were flying out to go to Houston, and I told her that night. I chose to tell her that night because I didn't know when the miscarriage was going to happen, and if I seemed off, this is why. And she was just really surprised, but she's Carl travels a lot, so she's like my security blanket, come with me to this appointment. Leo's getting circumcised, or he's getting shots. So she's kind of...
Sometimes I'm just there and I say nothing, but most of the time I'm just there.
Yeah, so she's just usually there with me all the time. I think, we always say that we clearly grew up together. I got pregnant at 16. I had Shaniece at 17. And, but one of my main things when I was younger and just in raising her was we're going to be super close, but I'm going to make sure that we do, talk about everything, but that she also knows and respects me as her mother. And people judge me because I was a young mom. So I made sure to do the best that I can.
You had a point to prove.
I have a point. Yeah, I did. I had a point to prove that, okay, I am 17 and I may not have a lot of money. I'm on welfare and, WIC, and it was a struggle, but I'm going to be the best mom that I can be. And so we just always talked openly about a lot of things. I never wanted her to go to her girlfriends for advice. I'm like, your mother's going to give you the best advice. Your girlfriends will tell you stupid things to do, like sleep with your bra, your titties are not going to drop down. That's all BS, So we, that's just a funny thing but we talk about everything. So I think she just always knew, she's my girl, we're close, but that's mom. I don't think it's difficult. Shaniece is a grown woman, so she can take care of herself. I think for me, what was difficult is just starting over, the not sleeping, learning everything all over again. Just technology changed so much from when Shaniece was born. So it was like a whole new world for me. I bought everything. I was at Bye Bye Baby.
Leah has a different mom than we have, same mom, but different mom, in stages of her life. I got the more hardcore, don't cry right now kind of mom, and you're so sensitive with Leah.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive with everything. I cry all the time.
Now she cries all the time.
I know. I just do. And you know what? After having him, it
got worse?
Yeah, I'm like super emotional. Like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I worry about everything. I know.
Yeah. I think people just think because you're good looking or pretty that it makes it easier to get in, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in, but I also have to, you know, follow with talent behind it and follow all of these things that I'm very premature at that I didn't know I even had to do. So like recently I just took commercial classes just to kind of adjust, to learn, memorize lines. Like I was like, I didn't even know I had to do any of that.
Yeah, memorize lines and be like super bubbly and like, you know,
super
sometimes
bubbly and happy, and my personality's not extremely bubbly. I have more of a dry humor, you know, kind of thing. So yeah, to actually look happy.
I'm like,
this is like the question of the century.
Well, since we've gotten engaged, it's been, you know, we had Leo like soon after. Then I'm all in motherhood. Then I got a show. He works 6 months out of the year, so every day. So it's like between baseball, then me filming, because sometimes I'm filming when he's not working, to, you know, dealing with just miscarriages and fertility, to raising a kid. I really haven't had a moment to, you know, I feel like planning a wedding takes so much time and energy, and I want to be like super focused, and I don't want to rush it. So my goal is once he retires and once things calm down over here, we can just like, okay, now let's focus on this. But it's been a lot. Like I feel like it's been nonstop for a couple of years now, which is good. I'm not complaining, you know, so I'm secure in my relationship. We have a happy relationship, and you know, it's gonna happen. You guys will probably hear about it after, but like everyone else, because I just, you know, I'm very private about my personal relationship with him.
Hey y'all, thank you for watching and supporting us every single week. For more Did Y'all See, click here. For celebrity interviews, here. And for our comedic series Relationship Hacks, click here. And as always, be sure to subscribe.